We can do 70 mornings just on chapter 9, but our fourth verse in chapter 9 is verse 34. Good guesses, everyone. This also is the final verse. Pujya Swami Tejomayananda described this as the Charama Shloka. Charama means ultimate. Technically means final, but the more robust meaning, it is the ultimate teaching. Chapter 8 was about remembering. Chapter 9 is about living. That's why I keep hammering out. Don't make this intellectual. Make this visceral. Manmana bhava mad bhaktaha madhyaji mam namaskuru mame veshyasi yuktvevam atmanam matparayanaha. Joy. Here is the system that is shared. The word mat is used many times. I believe it was chapter 5 where the word tat was used many times. The one who listens to the highest, the one who reflects on the highest, see the beauty. That was about tat. It's relatively impersonal. We are in the bhakti yoga phase. Tat has evolved to mat, to personalize this. Okay. The first is mana, that indicates the mind. The second is bhakta, that's indicative of the intellect. After that, yaji, that is what you have. Namaskara is what you are. And the fifth is yukta. Yukta means to integrate. Integrate what? The ego. So there's a whole plan here. Fill your mind with thoughts of Shri Krishna. Next, fill your intellect with the ideal of Shri Krishna. Once this is prepared, then all that you have, you offer to Shri Krishna. Better than that, all that you are, you offer to Shri Krishna. And if all of this is checked off, there will be yukta. One will have integrated the ego into the spirit. And Shri Krishna says, Eshyasi, one will rest in me. This verse is about living for Shri Krishna. Bhagavad Gita's chapter 9 formally has the theme of Raja Vidya. Raja means great. Vidya is insights. Raja Guhya, again great, and Guhya means inside. This chapter is about insights for the inside, insights on how to be closer to your inside, closer to Shri Krishna. In verse 17, Shri Krishna is the one who cared for us first. For this Jagat or multiverse, he is the grandparents, he is the parents. Many times we think about the difference between vidya and avidya. Avidya is taking for granted. Vidya is being grateful. In this verse, to not take for granted who cared for you first. In verse 22, we go from cared to caring. Shri Krishna is the one who's caring for us, our means, our ends. He uses the word carry. What a lovely word, that he's caring for us by carrying us. When our children are really tired or fake tired, then I carry them. And they become heavier and heavier and heavier. Because avidya, they take for granted their old father can still carry them. I was listening to Puja Swami Tejomayan and the share. It's such an obvious, but such a moving insight. If I were to ask all of you, are you in discipline? Now, those who are actually listening to me will say, yes, we are in discipline. But then I'll ask you, why are you in discipline? And his insight is, we don't see the final consequence of our indiscipline. We only see the immediate, we'll call it utility. We don't see the final consequence. If we were able to see the final consequence of what this indiscipline is doing to me, we wouldn't do it then. I'd shared that in the highest vocation today about distraction. We're very, I think it's called laissez-faire about distraction. It's okay, I'm not going to become distracted. But soon enough, during contemplation, one sleeps, one is in a different dimension. If you can't contemplate, how can you be content? I'm checking in with all of you. The sound is clear, video is clear. It's really early and I'm in a corner of the home right now. We shifted to verse 26, which is about care. Cared, caring, care. This applies to us. If you know Shri Krishna cared and is caring, so care about this. Care for him. If you care for him a little bit, you will feel super content. And I'll give you some visualizations from our maps. Who is the one who gave a leaf? Sudama. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Sudama gave Shri Krishna dried puffed rice. Anyone who's seen that, it's like a small dry leaf. And what did Shri Krishna give back to Sudama? An entire city. His wife wanted that which is external. He gave Sudama's wife an entire city, and he gave Sudama bhakti. In other words, he gave himself to Sudama. Who gave a fruit? Devi Shabari. She gave half-eaten fruits to Sri Rama. And what did she get? She also got bhakti by Sri Rama endorsing, you are the one who follows the 9 disciplines in bhakti. She was one with Sri Rama. Who is the one who gave, and I mixed it up, I'm sorry, early morning. I jumped from leaf to fruit. It should have been, next is flower. Who gave a flower? Gaja Indra. Gajendra in Srimad Bhagavatam simply gave a flower from a lake. He didn't even grow that flower, and he threw it. And Sri Hari, who was flying on his Garuda, on his vehicle, jumped off of it to catch it. And Gajendra became free, and all those around him became free. Sudama, Shabari, Gajendra, and who is the one who gave water? It was Kevat. Kevat gave water to Sri Rama, not even to drink, just for his feet. And what did Kevat get? Everything. All of these seekers, they as if earned bhakti, and they became one with divinity. So when Shri Krishna shares patram pushpam palam toyam, don't think there's an adjective there to describe how many flowers you have to give. That's a big agenda of ours, correct? Fresh flowers, making garlands. Are you offering bhakti? Verse 34, I'm rechanting it, reviewing it before we move to chapter 10. Manmana bhava mad bhaktaha madhyaji mam namaskuru mame veshyasi yuktvevam atmanam atmanam matparayanaha. This verse, the sequence is mat. All is in relation to Shri Krishna. Mana and bhakta. One's mind is directed to Shri Krishna, one's intellect is directed to Shri Krishna. Thoughts and ideals. Yaji and namaskuru. Yaji is what I have, and namaskara is what I am. When my mind and intellect have this plan, then I start to follow this plan. What I have, what I am. What happens? Yukta. I go from yoga to yukta. I am integrated. That's the theme of this chapter, into Shri Krishna. And so, Evesha, I return to Shri Krishna. I rest in Shri Krishna. I am one with Shri Krishna. Simplifying this verse again, the word parayana is used. Parayana means aspiration. This would be like chapter 8's remember. Mat parayana, I remember Shri Krishna. And so what happens with that? Esha. Esha means to develop. As you remember, so you develop. That would be like the theme of chapter 9. Final thought for this chapter is, are you remembering Shri Krishna? Over the past days, we've come up with 5 altars. Altars that alter our lives. Have you been following through with your 5 altars? Bowing, chanting, touching, offering, and looking at each other in the eyes and lifting. If you don't follow through, no change will happen in this lifetime or the next lifetime.